Welcome Hostile Sundays. Y'all know what's going on. We're here today with Sevynthesag. Appreciate you coming through.
No problem.
First of all, for everybody that doesn't know you, introduce yourself and tell them where you're from.
So my name is Sevyn, also known as Sevynthesag as an artist. Also known as Lil Baby from Blue Girls Club, hosted by rapper Blueface himself. And that's it. Yeah, I ain't do nothing else for it.
Alright. So, and you said you're from where?
I am from Anne Arbor County.
Anne Arbor County, right. Alright. And you were there your whole life?
I have been in Anne Arbor County since I was 10 years old. So since fourth grade. And I was there all the way from fourth grade till my senior year. So I always say I'm from Ann Arbor County. County girl.
Does that, just growing up in that area, does that have any impact on your, now that you're making music, does that impact the way you make your music?
Not necessarily. I will say though, me being from Anne Arbor County, it's so diverse that, actually, you know what? I will say it does. It does. Anne Arbor County is so diverse that I had so many different friend groups where I can make music where it's kind of on a rock alternative side. I can make music that sounds like trap music. I can make a song that, you might hear on the radio one day that's cool. I can pretty much dip my toes into so many things because I've been around other people just from me being in that area. So I will say it does. It did have an effect on how I make my music just from experiences with the people.
And if I'm not mistaken, you also, growing up, you did some modeling and acting, right?
Yes, I did modeling and not really acting that much, but I did go to performing arts school for singing, and I did acting while I was there too. So,
what school was that?
It was Brooklyn Park Middle School. So I was in performing visual arts. Yeah, I was in PVA.
And so what inspired you to really, start making music?
So I was at the studio with my boyfriend's friends, and I was like, y'all is really throwing me off. I'm telling you, the beats they would find, amazing, right? And then they go in the studio in the booth, and I'd be like, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't like it was bad. It's just sometimes there's always a better way to come on a beat. And so, sometimes I be in the studio with people and we'll hear the same thing, a lot of people could catch the same melody. So when they would turn on beats, I'm like, how did you not catch this melody? How? So it was just I'm better than y'all. I'm about to show y'all how to do this. And that's just what it was, literally. It was just yeah, I kind of wanted people to take me serious. I kept kind of asking them, let me hop on or let me try. And nobody was really giving me the time of day. And so I was like, forget it.
And I'm going to ask you about, you have a song with, if I'm not mistaken, Josiah?
Josiah. Oh, 301 Josiah?
301 Josiah.
Yes.
How did that come into play?
So actually, that is my ex.
Okay.
We used to mess with each other when I was in middle school though. So now we're friends. So it was actually crazy to me that he started, a music career. I think he's been doing it way before me though. And so just because we were friends, we're cool. It was nothing for us to collab type of thing. So I've always knew him.
And I'm actually gonna move away from your music a little bit, and let's talk about, you were in the Blue Girls Club.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to spark the blunt for that one. Love you, Blue. He know I love him. That's my bro. But
let's talk about, first of all, how did you even, what made you want to even get on the show?
So originally, a friend of mine, are you guys familiar with her? Krishan?
Krishan?
She was on there last season. She lost her teeth.
Yeah.
So we used to be super close or whatever. And so when she was on there, or whatever, I kind of had felt like, you know, they were bullying her or whatever. So I, you know, came up with this plan to pretend like I didn't know who she was so that I could get on the show my own way. And, you know, I got their attention, but the show literally ended 2 days later. And so when he said something about it coming around the second time, I'm like, okay, well, I got y'all attention the first time, so I know I can do it again. And I said that in my audition. You know, and I want to say, like, I was just like, I know at this point, actually, me and her aren't really like friends anymore, but I'm thinking in my own terms, like, I've always wanted to be on Bad Girls Club. And I'm like, okay, Blue Girls Club, forget it. I don't care if we was renting out an Airbnb in Southeast. I don't care. If somebody had a camera, I would have did it. So it didn't matter if it was Blueface, somebody up the street, or the actual Bad Girls Club. I would have did it regardless. So that's what made me just want to do it. Just like, I feel like every girl's had that, like, oh, I want to be on Bad Girls Club. And I used to fight a lot, so it didn't, you know. I don't like it though, don't get me wrong, I don't like it. That's why when I went on there, I wasn't really like, oh, I'm coming to fight. Like, nah, I'm cool, don't touch me, just don't touch me. Cause I'm tired.
So what was like, do you feel like you benefited from being on the show?
I definitely benefited from being on the show because a lot of girls that were on the show don't want to really like admit it. I will tell you, I went on the show for clout, okay? I went to gain followers. Because every follower, to me, like, I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day. So what looks crazy to other people, I know will work out for me in the long run. So every follower is a person that's going to listen to my music now at the end of the day.
Okay. So you had a game plan?
Basically, like, boom, I started making music. Okay, I'm going on this show. I'm going to get clout from the show, and then I'm going to just keep pushing after that when I go back home. And that's what I've been doing,
So, all right, so what was like, I know it's probably a lot of wild moments on the show, but what was one of the wild moments that you remember?
Actually, I think it's the night that I got into a fight. That was the wildest night.
What happened?
I want to say, you know what's so crazy? I don't know what happened. I just heard a lot of screaming, and it was like 3 people screaming at my one friend, and it was just her by herself. I didn't know what was happening at the moment. But I'm just like, all right, y'all can argue all y'all want, just don't nobody jump her, for real. And I swear to God, that's all I said. Next thing you know, this girl's walking up in my face. And the thing is, it's crazy because I thought she hit me first, but she didn't. I hit her first. She did something like that, and it scared me. I don't care, you do like this, you can do anything. It's gonna scare me, and I'm gonna just hit you. So, because I'm small, I can't let people hit me first. So, yeah. And then me and her fought 3 times. We fought on the steps. Then she came to my room. I locked her in my room like we was in jail. I locked her in the room, and I fought her because I was tired of them breaking it up. I felt like I was in jail. Like, y'all keep calling security to break up the fights. No, we need to fight real quick so you can let it go. But when we was fighting, the friend that I was helping jumped in the fight. So I'm like, ugh. So I had to hop out the fight. So then when the fight's over, she's like, oh, y'all jumped me. And I'm like, I didn't jump you, but I can see why you feel like that. You feel me? Because she did hop in. I didn't tell her to. But I'm like, all right, let's go downstairs and get in the gloves. Because I don't like, if that was me, bitch, I don't want to kill you. Because y'all not going to tag team me in this room. And nobody was there to help me. And you don't give me my one. So I gave her her one downstairs, and that was it. She let it go after that.
What was probably the most fun you had, like the best moment you had on the show?
The entire time. The entire time. It was never a dull moment. I'm talking, bitches was screaming at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why, but they're drunk. And a lot of people misunderstood that, oh, these girls are crackheads, they're drugged. Like, these girls do stuff when they're at home. When we got to that house, it was like, all right, we left out the house, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of like, you gonna sit in this house for real. And when you sit in the house with a bunch of girls, it's a sleepover every day, you know? And y'all fail to realize girls want to have fun, we want to turn up. Like, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drink, we're gonna smoke, we're gonna do this and do that. Like, you know, it was just a bunch of girls having fun in the house, you know, so.
Now, would you advise somebody else to take the same path you did?
Yes, I would. Because at the end of the day, everything is on you, you know? When you go to that house, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to. Blue doesn't make you do anything. He might feel some type of way, but he's not going to be like, bitch, get out, go home, I hate you. Like, no, it's not. Nobody's forced to do anything. Even when you see people naked and they are doing that because they want to, okay? Nobody, if anything, I want to say, just be yourself. That's what it all comes down to. Like, you could take any path you want to as long as you're being yourself. As long as you don't feel like your boundaries are being crossed or anything like that. Like, do what you want.
And going back to your music a little bit, so who do you look, now that you're just getting started, who do you look forward to working with?
Well, I'll of course want to make a song with Blue because it was just, you know, like we did a show together, but that's not something I would like ask him for right now, of course. I want to say I would actually love, and I'm going to go with a lot of people that, you know, aren't that huge, you know, like I'm not going to say Megan Thee Stallion. I'm kind of going to go with right now the people that I could actually get close to on my own. So I want to say Asian Doll, Blueface. The things I'm working with some people, so I'm trying not to give it away. So it's kind of hard. Who else can I think of that I find pretty dope? Okay, this is a big stretch, even though I said I wasn't going to do anybody that was big. Okay, Isaiah Rashad, I love him. I love him to death. I would love to do...
It's probably not that big as a stretch as you think.
You think so? I really would love to do something with Isaiah Rashad, Trippie Redd, Uzi, and I know these artists, and I'm just thinking, I'm not even thinking as deep as other people are probably thinking when I'm saying these things. I'm thinking as far as like the type of music I know that I can easily go with, if that makes sense. Or like I make music that I know they will be able to vibe with, if that makes sense. I think that's it.
So, if there's like, you know, you start doing the numbers and everything that you're looking forward to do, what's one thing you want to do to give back, if you could, to your community?
Oh, you said one thing. Boy, do I have ideas. Okay, so one of my ideas is I wanted to kind of set up like an apartment building in DC. I want to set up about kind of like a complex, and I want it to be kind of for homeless people, and I want to say they have all like 6-month leases basically, and so I wanted to keep it short because, you know, it'll really give you that, okay, I really have, like, I can't stay here long, you know, I gotta get on my stuff. I want it to be kind of like not a group home, but okay, like I've been to a group home, you know, but like a great, yeah, you know, like I want to be able to help them move from the complex to like an actual building, build their credit back up, get them jobs, stuff like that. That was one thing. Another thing I had in mind was I wanted to start hosting. This is just something I was also talking to my boyfriend about the other day. I feel like homeless people, you know, always get food normally around like Thanksgiving and canned food and stuff like that. So I want to have like a food truck set up, like a nonprofit food truck where they can get hot food, you know, and it won't be more than like $5. And, you know, of course, set up deals and stuff like that. Like, and I want them to still be able to eat, but I just don't want it to make it super expensive, you know, where they're able to walk up with quarters and still be able to get something. Or like I said, nonprofits. I really don't want them to pay at all. Like I want to be able to pay the food truck and y'all work and you just give out food for free to people who really need it. I really want it to be like that. And then another idea I had, this one is more like, I really want to rebuild a lot of schools, like just in Maryland, DC, both. I want to like rebuild a lot of the schools. Just the ones really that really need it first, and then like slowly but surely start working with the other ones. Really like bring attention and stuff to like athletes at the school and stuff like that. Like set up programs. I have a lot of stuff set up. I like in my mind, like I want to create. We don't have a recreational center really. Like we do, but we don't really have one in Anne Arbor County. Like in DC, a rec center is like something normal. I'm pretty sure it's normal out here too, right in Baltimore. Yeah, but like Anne Arbor County, they don't really have that. So I want it to be like somewhere like. I know for a fact if boys had somewhere to just go, shoot, you know, just really kick it and cool it, they would not be in no trouble. And I know that for a fact. So I really want to set up like a real cool spot, you know, where they can just chill, like just chill. And it's like, that's where they be kind of, you know? So.
And so saying that, like, and everything you said so far, like, how do you want people to see you as now that you're in that artist role? How do you want people to see you?
This is so just kind of like straightforward, but I just kind of want people to see me for who I am. Like, even throughout all my emotions that I deal with, when I'm sad, when I'm happy, when I'm like stressed out, I just kind of want them to just see me for who I am. And even in those moments where I'm not my best, kind of still like, you know, also understand me. And I know that's kind of hard for a lot of people because it took me a really long time to understand that everyone does not think like me. Like, it was really hard for me to understand that. What I think is common sense is not what the same person thinks is common sense. So the best thing I can say, I just want people to see me for who I am. And you know, everyone has different versions of me. If you see me for who I am as fake, phony, whatever the case may be, okay. Because the next person might say I'm the realest person they ever met. So that's why I just say for who I am, because you get a different me with whoever you are also, so.
And if you can give any advice to like an artist that's, you know, sees like, wow, she went on the show and now she's making music and they're trying to do what you're doing, what advice could you give to them?
Just don't care what anybody thinks about anything, whatever you do. It's okay to get people's opinions on things, but everyone's opinions isn't always good. All my friends didn't think I should even went. And I snuck on the show, by the way. I snuck on. All my friends thought that was a horrible idea. They were like, he's gonna make you go home and he's gonna notice. And I'm like, I don't care, forget it. Like, I got enough money to get back home if that's the case. Whatever, like, you know, so just like, do it. Like Nike literally says, just do it. Like, that's how I feel. Just do it. Whatever it is you're thinking about, just do it. And don't let nobody steer, like you really feel like something is gonna benefit you, don't let nobody steer you clear from your vision and your path. Like, follow your path. It's for you. It's not for anybody else. Because once you succeed, that's when people be like, oh, I knew you could do it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You was doubting me. So.
All right. And let us know, you know, what projects you got coming up.
So. My clumsy behind. I'm sorry, LaBoca. What I have coming up is I have a concert. I will be opening for 42 Doug, which will be like the biggest thing ever. I'm super duper nervous. I also have a lot of music videos coming out. Can't wink, you know. What else? Oh, I'm dropping my EP, and I don't know when. I'm so sorry. I can't tell you. I don't know. But it's coming, okay? I pinky promise.
All right. Any last shout outs for anybody or anything?
I want to shout out Back in Business, you feel me? And, you know, they got more stuff coming soon. And Angel Girl Avenue on the lashes. You know, I love me some little 5D, 3D memes. They come out all sizes. I really love her lashes, for real. But yeah, that's all.
All right. Y'all see it first. Y'all heard it first here. It's Sevynthesag. Appreciate you for coming out, joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Y'all know what's going on. It's Hot Style Sundays. Tune in.
Big bitch, little bitch, go work. Big bitch, little bitch, big bitch, little bitch, big bitch, little bitch, go work. Pop said I'm little baby, but I ain't his little baby. Put the pussy on him, got him going real crazy. Big bitch, little bitch, all you bitches hoes. up the meat.